you not a teacher, preacher, or president doesn't mean you not smart in life. That's right, man. Because you're not a teacher or a president. I'm sorry. You're not a teacher, a preacher, or a president. That doesn't mean you're not smart in life. You are smart. Some people think you ain't smart in life because you ain't got a certain degree and stuff, man. But you ain't no teacher. You can't teach nobody nothing. You ain't got you can't teach nobody how to read, how to count. Or you're not a preacher. You can't teach nobody how to go the right way. God say go and all that stuff. You're not a president running countries and stuff, man. That's right, man. Some people say you ain't got no college degree, you ain't smart. You be arguing about something and stuff. I got a degree. I got a degree. I got a degree in blah blah this and that. But they don't. But they sometimes people got degrees don't take up the job they take up to go work at and stuff, man. Go work. They went to school for it, man. Right? Because you got a degree don't mean nothing, man. People that got no degrees, they could be just more smart than people that got degrees and stuff, man. Right? You ain't got no teacher degree. Be a teacher, teach school. You can't teach nobody nothing about how to read can count because you ain't got a preacher's license and stuff. You can't teach nobody right way to go, the way God say go. Because you ain't got no you're not president of your country, running the country and stuff. You can't run your neighborhood and stuff, man. You might have to run the whole country. You might run your neighborhood and stuff. Be a block captain or something. You got hold the block down and stuff, and get rid of all the crime, stop all the crime rate by calling the cops when crime rate come along and stuff, man. And crime rate and stuff be out there, people out there hustling on corners and stuff. There be gun violence going on and stuff. Call the cops and the cops put a stop to it and all that stuff. That's right, because you ain't go to school for 4 years and got 2 or 3 degrees. Don't mean you ain't smart. All right, people that think they're smart, but they're not smart. It's not other way you can be smart than that reading and stuff. And guy like smarts and stuff, don't know the word of God and all that stuff. Reading the Bible and stuff from beginning to end, from Genesis to Revelation, or you be a politician trying to run a country and stuff. No, you can be smart, but street smarts and all that stuff, man. But how to focus on how to stay out the streets, how not to get caught up and stuff, how to be family type smarts and stuff. How a lot of people use you, get over you like a fool, borrow money, want to pay you back, want to try to take your intelligence for think you're intelligent enough, think you're dumb and stuff, think you slow and something. They trying to go when you don't do this, you don't get over long time ago, 3 or 4 years ago and all that stuff, and 3 or 4 years, you ain't let them get over no more. You stop doing them. That's right. You ain't got to be a teacher to be smart. You ain't got to be a preacher and know the word of God and read the Bible and all that stuff. You got to be a politician trying to make trying to fix your community up and all that stuff. Got money like that, you want to fix it up. I want to build, make a, trying to get a business or something. Go ahead and do it, man. Well, that's right. People always want to think you ain't smart enough. You ain't good enough to do that. You ain't good enough to do this. You ain't got no teacher degree. You can't teach nobody nothing. You can't explain nothing to nobody about education, why about the history or this and that. Or you can't teach nobody how to count, how to do this and that. You ain't no preacher. You can't teach nobody how to read the Bible, how to explain something to them about Exodus, blah blah, Matthew, blah blah, Signs, blase, blase. You ain't no president. You can't run no country. You can't make no decisions about nothing in the world. That's like people crazy, man. Right? You gotta know what you know, man. Don't let people trying to gaslight y'all, man. And trying to stop you from knowing what you know about life and stuff, man. Education wise, man, and Bible wise and all that stuff, man. And politics and all that stuff, man. That's right, man. Don't let nobody shame y'all about how you know what you know. You know what you know. Stay along, know what you know, man. All right, people can't go. That's why they mad. You know what you know. They're gonna hate on you and stuff, man. That's right. They're gonna criticize you and all that stuff. And when you shut up, be quiet. Like you know, you saying the truth about this and that. You know more what they think you know, man. Because you ain't got no college degree. You ain't went to school for 4 years, like I said. You don't know nothing. You ain't smart. You smart than what what they think you are, man. That's right. You don't say nothing all the time about this and that. I mean, you don't know nothing and stuff. They think you because you got a low budget job or something, working on a fast food restaurant, you're making like $8 an hour or something, man. You don't mean nothing, man. You're so smart. You study and stuff. You read. You open up your eyes and see what's going on around the world about this, about that, about falls, this falls, that, falls preachers and all that stuff. And falls politicians out there, fake teachers and stuff. Teachers out there, they got degrees, but out there hurting the kids, doing the bad thing, hurt the kids. Preachers out there spending out false religion, false the gospel of God, and politicians lying about they're gonna make it better tomorrow for them for the countries and stuff. And they ain't doing that, but lying and stuff, stealing money and stuff. That's like people think they know all what they know. They don't know nothing, man. They've been in jail 4 or 5 different times, and they think they smart. They ain't smart. They think they bad. They got knowledge because they went to jail. They came out, go to jail, and come home and think they could teach you something about what happened in jail. They don't teach nothing about what happened in jail because I ain't going to jail. I ain't trying to get caught up. I ain't trying to get no crime that ain't got nothing to do with it. That's right. People think they go to jail and come home and be a religious person. Why you gotta go to jail? You're smart. Why you gotta go to jail to be a religious person? Why you gotta go to jail and get your degree and all that stuff, man? Why you can't get your degree outside the streets? Go to school while you was a kid, teenager and stuff. No, I want you to get locked up and go to jail and go to school and all that type of stuff, man. And make it make sense to me, man. It make no sense to me. Y'all ain't that smart. Y'all smart. Y'all never get caught up. Go to jail and stuff, man. Lose half of your lives. Lose half of your freedom and stuff, man. All right. I went to jail when y'all was in your 20s. Now y'all 40s now. And right. Like half your life, y'all can get your life back on track. That's smart like there. Throwing your life away. And right. Person that ain't got no degrees. They ain't trying to get caught up in this, doing this and that. They're smarter than the people that do got all the degrees and stuff. And right. People that think they know more than what the next person, not no degree. People with degree, they ain't that smart. It's like women and stuff, man. Some women got baby daddies and stuff, 5, 6 baby daddies. They don't know who they. Sometimes they don't know who they father their child. They got degrees. They're well educated. They strong, independent women and stuff, and picking the wrong men to be with and all that stuff, man. Right? How that smart? They ain't smart. They're dumb. And right? And boost relationships and all that stuff, man. And right, man. Same with men and stuff. Get caught up going back and forth to jail. All that stuff, man. They ain't smart. Y'all smart. Y'all don't do things y'all do. Get caught up. And right. I have a better life and be understanding towards ourselves and do right and stay doing right and right. Raise our kids right and get an honest, trustworthy job and all that stuff, man. And women stop being thoughts and whores and guys stop being homeworkers and stuff and jailbirds and all that stuff, man. That's right, man. Take care of your community and stuff, man. Raise your community up from negative to positive. Give it all the negative stuff in there, guns and illegal substance and all that stuff, man. And women. Pick the right men to be with and stuff, man. To have kids by. Be smart. Don't be dumb. Right. A couple more things about the video. I'm going to read all, man. People, because you ain't got the degrees, don't let people shame you that you ain't got no degree. You ain't smart. You can't speak about things in life, about this, about that. Right. You ain't got no teacher degree, no preacher license. You ain't got no politician to run the country. So what? You run your community, run your neighborhood. Your teacher, you can't teach somebody how to read and write and count. Yes, you can. You got kids, teach them how to read and write and count. All right. So make somebody yourself. And you ain't no preacher. Preach to your kids how to go right way where God say go. That's right. And you'll live longer, do right things in life, and people around you, they respect you more and love you more and care about you more. Right. Don't let people come in your life and trying to badmouth you about this and that. You ain't got this and that. You working at McDonald's and all that stuff. You ain't got no high corporation, good paying job, but you don't know anything about all that. It's about you got something honest though. Might start off a low budget job and then work your way up somewhere else in that same field. McDonald's might be on the grill, frying French fries. The next thing might be a couple years later, might be a manager or something. You don't know. I might get a better job. Might go work. Might quit and go get a better job. You don't never know what the future gonna have in store for you. Right. Nobody saying about nothing in life, man. But you ain't got no degree. You ain't smart enough to do this. You ain't smart enough to do that. Or you don't know nothing about this. You don't know nothing about that. Or like you get mad because you on your A game. You know more what they think you know. They think you think you know, man. The more you know, the more you gonna keep on shaming these cats. Gonna put them in shame. They're gonna be upset and mad, and then all surprised and shocked. And then they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, I know you know that. I know you know this. I know you know that. You ain't got no degree. You know all that because you looked up stuff online. On the internet and studied and then you got knowledge about things. Right? You had to go to college and know nothing. Certain things you want to know, you ain't gotta go to college and know. That's right. You want to know it, go pick up a book and read. That's right. And you'll get farther. Like education, if you read, you'll learn something. Right? You don't want to learn nothing, just don't read. Just be a dummy. Walk around looking stupid and dumb. You don't know how to read nothing. You go to the store and start trying to buy something. You don't know what that thing say. You don't know how to act. You don't know what that word say about this and that. Get a job or something, and they're gonna fire you because you can't read. The boss say you go get something. You work in a restaurant, you get something out of the basement. You don't know this. You don't know what that word say. What it mean about this and that. He said, go get downstairs in the basement. Go give me a box of sugar. A bag of flour, whatever, a bag of snack. You got the word on there. Say you don't know what to say. You ain't gonna know. You ain't gonna know. All right. One more thing to say, man. People, y'all get mad all y'all want. Y'all can shame people about this and that because they ain't got no degree. You don't mean nothing. People that got degrees, they ain't that smart. They might be education smart, but they're smart outside of education. They ain't smart. Like I said earlier, women taking wrong paid, fathers have kids by, and men been whoremongers and stuff, going out of jail and all that stuff. So how that's smart? That's dumb. So I'm saying the people that ain't got no degree because they just as smart than the people that do got degrees, man. Mm-hmm. And certain aspects of life and stuff, man. Right, certain aspects of life. I ain't got much to say in the video, man. I'm out of here.